Well, let me start off with a unrelated matter, and that is the announcement yesterday from Youngstown State University in regard to Congressman Johnson. Congressman Johnson, I think, will be a great president. He is someone who I really admire. He has great energy, great drive, and I think he's the right person. He obviously is filling huge shoes in regard to Jim Tressel. Jim Tressel did a phenomenal job. And I think everybody in the Valley understands the importance of Youngstown State University. It is absolutely one of the key ingredients to the future of the Mahoning Valley, as well as the present. They're doing great work, and not only do they prepare young people, and sometimes not so young people, for a future, but they also do significant research. So it's, again, very important. The most important job the Board of Trustees of any university ever does is pick a president. And I want to congratulate the Board of Trustees. I think they picked a very, very good president. Let me move to why we're back here in East Palestine. Fran, I've been here a number of times. We thought, frankly, it was time to come back. We wanted to start with this community meeting that goes on, and we're really representatives of the community come together to solve problems and to talk about what issues that they might have. So today we will go from here to the school. We have visited the school before. One of the first places we stopped right after the accident was the school. And so we want to go back to the school. We want to see what's going on. Some of the science classes are how EPA is working with the school today on a project. So we want to take a look at that. We're also going to have the opportunity just to really look at different sites in the community and really kind of get a report from people as far as what they're seeing and what any challenges that remain. We committed when this tragedy started that we were not only here for a few days, we were going to be here and stay here. The clinic that was started, we put, I think, about $1.5 million in it from the Ohio Department of Public Health to really get the jump started. The clinic is moving forward. We think that's a great asset for the community, and we believe that we'll be here, for many years serving the people of the community. Again, the announcement we have in regard to the trucks for the village, we're putting $150,000 into that. That, coupled with the federal dollars, will buy a couple trucks, new trucks. It will also buy a drone, and I think the village will put some money in it as well. But we took care of at least some of the match required by the federal law for the village, as I said, at the rate of $150,000. So happy to take any questions on whatever you want to talk about.
Can you talk a little bit about what you heard in there, and
yeah,
if anything, what your concerns coming away from that are?
Well, as you know, this is a group that has met for some time. They meet regularly. They were meeting weekly, and now it's, I think, bi-weekly. And it's really representatives from different segments of the community. They're all people who touch a lot of people in the community. And so, I want, frankly, to meet with them just to see what they are hearing. No real surprises today. I think, what I come away from the meeting is with, this impression that things are moving forward. I think the one concern that was expressed when I asked, what are the people telling you? It's the same thing that we've heard for a number of months, and that is that most people feel they're doing well, but the concern is what happens in the long run, particularly in the long run from a medical point of view. And that's a very legitimate concern. We fully understand that, and what we can do is, as these studies are going on, these studies need to be based not only on what scientists want, but they also need to be based on what people in the community want. So when people have questions, the study should be aimed at trying to answer the questions. And that will be something that should continue, well into the future. And I would expect that, that it would. So.
Are you concerned, as you people have heard, the Youngstown media hears all the time, there's a lack of trust, and it goes to the medical issues, it goes to the cleanup issues. How do you tell these people over and over to convince them that you're doing the work, it's moving along?
I think the most important thing is what we've tried to do, but we need to continue to do, and that is literally show people what we're doing. I mean, one of the things that was talked about in there a moment ago, one of the people in the meeting said it was great to go out and see what you all are doing in the creek, the stream. You showed us exactly what you're doing. So, look, we don't know. The average person, I don't know everything the EPA does or how they do it, or any other department. So the more people can see, I mean, it's their community. They live here. So when experts come in and do studies or do testing, they need to be able to see, the people of the community need to be able to see exactly what they're doing and explain in terms that the layperson like me can understand. And so the more we can do that, the more the agencies and departments that can do that, the better it is. And so transparency is the key. Nothing hidden, everything open. Will people continue to have doubts? Will they have concerns? Sure. They're going. This is human nature, and our job is to be as transparent as we can, show them what we're doing, and if there are questions, try to answer those questions and to be available to answer the questions. Look, this community suffered huge trauma. Very few villages in the state of Ohio ever suffered trauma like the people here have. So, this is going to take a long time to completely heal. But, the good news from the meeting we had and the conversations I've had is that, people are going about their lives, and things are moving forward, and that's what's that's obviously what we want for this community and the people who live in East Palestine.
With the long-term health concerns, is a public health emergency still something that you're advocating for?
Look, how we label things I don't think is as important as what we do. And so, we constantly are looking at what we're doing, and we're listening to what people are saying and trying to react and give them what they want. And so we're going to continue to do that. Whatever we want to label this, I think the key is that dialogue and that conversation just continuing. Anybody else?
With all of the numbers being given to assure residents that their numbers are coming back to safety, if they're not listening to the numbers, how do you still assure people science aside that they are safe living in their community?
I think we continue to give them the numbers. We continue to try to explain the numbers. But some of this just takes time. I mean, trauma, if you lived here, you were traumatized in some way. And trauma, we know, it just takes time. And so we can only do so much as far as provide information, but we have to continue to do that. And we can't just walk away. We have to continue to do that, and we're going to continue to do that.
Is that part of the idea behind showing them? As Ann
look,
mentioned,
I'm someone that learns from seeing things, and I think many people are, maybe most people. So seeing something and taking the time, officials taking the time, they're running tests or doing other things to actually try to show people, the community here, if you want to see what we're doing, here's exactly what we're doing. I think that's a very, very important thing. It's part of the job. I think in our job in the community is to do that. Anybody else?
The sulfur run that runs through the center of town, still being highly contaminated, does that bother you? It runs underneath people's houses.
Yeah, let me get Ann Vogel, who is behind me somewhere, and she's going to talk fast because it's soon to rain.
Right.
Hear the
So
question?
yes, I did, and I think there's an assessment underway of the creek. to make sure that we're getting the sediment that we know is contaminated, that we've known since February 3rd is contaminated, and we'll clean it.
Cleaning the creeks out, or we just doing culverts? Last I heard was just culverts.
We've done all the creeks and the we're on
ahead.
number 3 of the culverts. Yep.
You're cleaning the creek beds also?
We're investigating where there is still contamination and sheen in the sediment, and we will clean it. Yep. Thank you.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Watson. Thanks for watching the WKBN 27 First News YouTube channel. If you want more video news, subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the WKBN 27 First News app for breaking news alerts.